Hi lovelies, welcome back. Today we are going to prepare an innovative and unique sour or sari menu. So today we are going to prepare a pizza paratha. You can store its filling and dough for 3 to 5 days and can enjoy it. But for this you have to do a prep beforehand so that it will be convenient for you, and you can also use a ready-made parathas for this. So let's begin. First, I am going to cut boneless chicken into small cubes for pizza paratha filling. Then I am going to add approximately 3 big tablespoons of tikka masala to add the spiciness to my tikka or pizza filling. Then I will add 2 big spoons of yogurt, 1 teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. Then I am going to mix it well with the help of spoon. Then I will put it in fridge for 2 or 3 hours. Now let's make the pizza paratha dough. For this we will need 2.5 cup of plain flour. Then we are going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. Then we are going to add 1.5 tablespoon of butter. Then I am going to gently mix it with the help of my hand. Then to make a proper dough we need to add some water. So we are going to add water gradually according to our need to prepare the proper dough. I'm going to mix it and then give a little bit of punches to make it a proper and plain dough. Now I am going to chop medium size onion into small cubes. For pizza paratha you have to do the meal prep, like you have to do all the cuttings and all the stuffs beforehand, like you have to prepare the dough, or you can also use the ready-made parathas for your convenience. But you have to prepare all these things beforehand, then you only need to fill this filling into your parathas and you can just make your parathas easily. You have seen that I've already cut my medium-sized tomatoes into small cubes. Now I'm going to cut my upper part of capsicum first, and then I will remove the seeds from inside and cut it in longer slices first, and then I will cut it in smaller sizes. So I will use 2 capsicum for my filling. Size of all 3 vegetable cubes should be similar. First it will look great, and secondly it will be easy to saute them at the same time. I'm also going to use black olives, as you know that it is the essential part of pizza. So it is a pizza filling, so we are going to add few olives. If you like you can also add a sweet corn. So it has a seed, so I'm slicing it in little pieces from outside. Now I'm going to chop it fine. Now I will keep my pizza sauce simple. I'm going to use a tomato ketchup and add a little bit of oregano, and here my pizza sauce is ready. You can also use a ready-made pizza sauce. As you know that cheese is essential part of pizza, so I'm going to use a cheddar cheese. You can use any cheese. So I'm going to use a 3/4 of cheese. I'm going to grate it with the help of grater, and you can see the slices. Now my pan is ready. I'm going to put tikka slice pieces into the pan. I am going to fry these tikka pieces for my pizza filling. While frying tikka, you can see that I have put a coal on other stove, so I'm going to put it on bread slice, and then I will add a little bit of oil onto it to add a smoky coal flavor to my tikkas. I will cover it for 2 or 3 minutes to absorb the coal smoke. Then I will take out my tikka pieces and put all the vegetable to stir fry in the same oil. You can use the raw vegetable as well. You have noticed that I haven't put olives into this vegetable, but it is not necessary to stir fry the olives. You only need to stir fry these vegetables because it's a little bit crunchy, but you can also use them as raw. Then I'm going to put my olives. Then I will add my oregano infused ketchup, which I used as pizza sauce. Then I am going to gently mix it with the help of spoon, and then I will add the grated cheese into this filling mixture. Then again I am going to mix it well with the help of spoon. Now I'm going to make a paratha from my flour dough. So for this I'm going to make a small ball, and then I'm going to spread a little bit of dry flour, and then I'm going to make a little bit of circular shape to make a proper paratha. So as you have noticed that this is a small shape roti, so I'm going to make it a little bit of bigger. So I'm going to use my belna for this. So I'm going to gradually increase its size and make a big roti. Now on the other hand, I will put a little bit of butter, and then I will dust off the excess dry flour by clapping, and then I am going to put my roti on the tawa. And now in a few minutes, by flapping both the sides, my paratha is ready. I have remained a little bit of uncooked and tender so that I could cook it later. So I will put or fill my filling into this. Then I will fold it in halves, and then I am going to press it. As you know that it is mostly uncooked, so it will stick into it, and I have another trick which will make it stick better. So you will need to take a flour and add a little bit of water. It's a natural foodie glue, so you have to put it at the edges of your paratha and it will stick so well. Then I am going to close this paratha with the help of a fork, and it will also give a little bit of design to the edges of my parathas. Now I am going to put a little bit of butter into the pan, and then I am going to put one side of paratha, and when it's cooked a little bit, I am going to turn its side, and then I will keep turning until it's become a little bit of golden brown. Now you can see that my paratha has got a great color and crust. Now I will transfer it to my plate and enjoy it with my ketchup, which I will drizzle it on the top of it. If you like, please consider subscription.